Hello, today I want to speak about the leeches of Parliament. Supposed to be members of Parliament, but 98% of the MPs in this country are nothing but the leeches of Parliament, sucking the life and the blood out of the British people and giving our future away. And I want to start with the biggest leech of them all, who is gutless, spineless. He's got balls the size of Marifat peas. He's the unelected Prime Minister of this country. Was never voted in. Rishi Sunak. So he's offering his government's offering £3,000 a person to these illegal immigrants. By these illegal immigrants, I'm speaking about these parasital young men of fighting age that come across unchecked and unvetted from France. This is who I'm speaking about. So basically, they've burgled the way into our country, broke the way into our country with the aid of the French government, aka the sewer rat Macron and his navy, despite the fact that they get paid millions upon millions of pounds a year off this country to stop this happening. And basically all they do is laugh at us, put the two fingers up and smile. So Sunak has now put an advert out: come to Britain illegally and you're guaranteed £3,000 at the worst. So does that mean if somebody walks into my house and I'm sitting there and they decide they want me telly and the microwave and some bits and pieces, am I supposed to say, hang on son, don't do that, put that back, there's £200, don't do it again, get yourself away? Well, basically the least that would happen to anybody like that, they would end up in intensive care. So instead of spending millions and millions to the French, you're giving Libya money. God knows how much money Rwanda's has already had. Not one person has been sent to Rwanda, and not one person coming across in these boats or dinghies has been turned back to France. Now all this money you're giving to these people, it's a sin and it's a shame. Anybody who comes across that channel should be turned around and sent back to France. Full stop. No ifs, no buts whatsoever. But with this gutless government, it won't happen. The money you're spending on other countries could be invested in the NHS. It's a sin that doctors and nurses and anybody who works in the hospitals, the NHS, has got to come out on strike. They should be on top dollar. For me, they should be given anybody, doctors and nurses, they should be given concessions on everything in life, the main things in life. Like so your mortgages, car insurances, they should be looked after. So should the armed forces and the police. But mentioning the police, I will exclude what used to be the Met Police. The man in charge, overall charge of the Met in London, is the sepsis of London, Sadiq Khan, and for me, that is now known as Khan's Muslim Gestapo. The way Sunak has come out and basically offered £3,000 to these illegals. How can you trust this government or the following government to come in? They've left this country defenceless. They're importing the enemy with open arms, and they're living better than working-class British people. That's my opinion, and basically that's how I see it. If you take a look at the two safest countries in Europe, which is Hungary and Poland, both these governments were voted in on the strength that they would stop an influx of illegal immigrants, especially of young men of the Muslim faith, whether you like it or not, unvetted and unchecked. And these two governments has carried it out by the letter. There's no bombings, there's no rapes, there's no drug gangs, there's nothing of the sort. Nobody trying to change their cultures because they won't let them in the country to start with. the President of Hungary, Viktor Orban, such is the incense he's got at the moment with the European Union trying to dictate to Hungary. He is threatening to go to Brussels and overtake the European Union, take over the halls. I hope he does, because it would never happen with this government, would it? Gutless, this woke world we live in, it's absolutely sinful. And to offer these parasites that's coming across from France £3,000 a man to leave. You've got lads serving in the armed forces now, have got to buy their own kit, a lot of their own kit. It's absolutely shameful, disgusting, and at times I'm embarrassed to be English the way this country is run. And to me, you've disgraced and embarrassed every fallen soldier that served this country, Britain, whether they're from Britain, the Commonwealth, whatever race, whatever religion they are. You've betrayed them, Sunak, and the previous government and the following government. You're an absolute stinkpot. It's that simple. I cannot put into words the disdain and disrespect I've got, and to be honest, the hate I've got for this government and the one that's going to follow it. If you've liked it, all well and good. If you haven't, as usual, I couldn't care less.